We're back in Factory Studios for another BLM in session. I'm here with Loma, who have just come from London and have a pretty interesting story of how you guys all came together. So why don't you start by explaining that?
Well, my name's Jonathan. I have a band called Shearwater, and we were on tour a couple years ago with a band called Cross Record, which was, at the time, was Emily and Dan.
It's my band.
Yeah.
It was, we were touring together.
You're touring together.
But Cross Record is...
Yeah, Cross Record's Emily's band. And so we loved them and loved hanging out with them, and we rode around in a van for, weeks on end together and weren't sick of each other, and we loved their music. And so I thought maybe we should just make an album together. Yeah. So we set up in Texas in a house in the country and worked for a few weeks to just see what that might be like, and we quickly realized that it was actually quite special. And so that developed into this full album, and then now this tour is sort of a combined band.
Cool. Okay, so this is Joy.
Hi, we're Loma. Love comes unstuck in the brain, like a memory stolen, like a diamond deep in the earth, like a razor unfolded, like a million ways of joy. Circle
So I wanted to talk a bit more about the location where you guys were recording because it sounds really amazing. And there's a really nice lyric in Black Willow that's I find my home in the wind, which I just love. And I was wondering if that's kind of what you feel like you found in Texas in this like remote place.
It was the house was in this surrounded by all this sort of ranch land, and there were beautiful natural sounds that we started to integrate into the album. And the idea was kind of to bring the entire location into the record. So all the sounds that you hear on the record, there's frogs and birds and wind and trees and dogs running by the microphones. I mean, those were all there in the house or just around the house. Yeah. So that was part of, I think, the philosophy behind the record was to bring the place into it.
That's really awesome. So did you have any idea that it was going to take that shape before you got there? Like, how did you find the place and what was the idea before that? Or did you just absorb it once you got there?
That.
Yeah, really. That's amazing,
it was just the whole project was about being very open to doing things in ways that we didn't usually do them, and allowing this thing to develop kind of on its own. It felt very charmed.
Yeah, it's almost got like a slightly bewitching like feel to it. Like it feels a bit magical.
It felt that way when we were making it. The thing I was compared to was like blowing a giant soap bubble. Like nobody wanted to. It was like, oh my god, look how big it is. It's like
don't look at it.
Yeah, you didn't want to disturb it. There was something kind of some magical force field around it.
Yeah. And with Relay Runner, it sort of has kind of like an industrial sound to it, I feel, as well. So coming from such a natural setting, I think with Dan's engineering, it sort of has that sort of almost, a bit more grittier. So do you feel that? And how do you feel that contrast came about?
Yeah, I think it was kind of the way that song was laid out. We sort of just had this one little piano groove, this boom, 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 and it was, kind of had this natural sound, but then it was laid across a grid and kind of constructed like in a more mechanical way with all these natural sounds. So I think maybe that kind of adds to that more electronic feel.
Well, this is Loma with Relay Runner.
Sometimes there's no one listening.
Loma, thank you so much. Thank you for the interview. Amazing. I must be exhausted now. This is self-entitled debut album from Loma. It's out now.
Hi, this is Emily
And Emily.
from Loma News Network
Subscribe to BLM in session.
for more videos like this.